Hello and welcome to the Never Richard Premier League show, a massive show. It's all come down to this. It's even come down to this, Matthew. Welcome.
Yes, thank you, Mark. I couldn't work out which team I was going to support, but I thought I'd go a bit each way.
Oh, that means the Bullies and the Peakers and our grand final preview show. Do you want to do the introductions?
Yes, well, I can do that, Hazy. For the Bullies, we've got one of our new players this year. Actually, both the new players this year. We've got Ross Moreland from the Back Paddock Bullies. Welcome, Roscoe.
Thanks, mate.
And we've also got Digger James from the Peakers. Digger's normally in Thailand this time of year, but he decided that Premier League was too much of a pool to play, so he stayed here over winter, and aren't you glad?
Yes, it's been lovely.
You must be excited though. I mean,
Yeah.
Peakers have come from nowhere and here you are.
Yeah, well, it's the first season I've been in because I'm usually away, and yeah, it's a great format and really good fun, and the banter that goes with it.
Yeah, so we've got a powerhouse team in the finals, Hazy,
We
the
have.
Bullies,
These boys.
and we've got a little dark horse side coming from the shadows in the Peakers, so it's going to be a good game on Saturday.
Well, I mean, we had to do a fire sale on all our pink gear,
We did.
so that's all gone.
They were down too, weren't they?
They were shattered.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the scuba's still reeling after the plank episode.
Well, he turned up to golf yesterday in the mixed adventure and the carnival, and he was in team green. So the pink's already been banished from the household. He's on green now.
But it's an exciting conclusion. We, unfortunately, like the AFL, were sort of forced into having a weekend off and lose a bit of the momentum. But nevertheless, we've got our two final Supremo teams here.
Yeah,
So.
and actually, Hazy, I've done a little bit of research here.
Okay.
A few questions for the boys
Right.
leading into it before we do our analysis. And,
Yep.
and with Roscoe, some of you may not know that he was actually a junior member here back in the 30 odd years ago. Yes, I played junior golf with Roscoe as well in the junior years. I reckon he even tried to pick my sister up at one stage, I reckon. And have a look at the
No
face
comment,
on it.
Matty.
But Roscoe, you played Saturday, tough conditions.
Yeah, very
Had a net
tough,
75, which was a
Yep.
good effort in that.
Yep.
Played well. I hear a bit of a lost ball, or I hit the wrong ball as well.
Yeah, hit someone else's ball, yeah, cost me.
In a net 75?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Hazy's had a triple bogey and then a double on 10 and 14 in a
Wow.
net 75. The Portarlington triangle, Roscoe. Holes 16, 17, 18, we know here. You played those well in even par. Do you find that stretcher holes difficult?
Oh, now that you mention it, Matty, I reckon you're getting people's heads about it, because you sort of think there's three easy holes, but when you stand on the 16th tee, you sort of think it's only just a driver 8 iron, driver 9 iron. But now that it's in everybody's head, it's like it plays harder than what it is.
Yeah, I reckon you're right there, because I'm going to go on to the Milkman here as well. Even though he's not involved in the finals, but you did play with the Milkman on
Yes.
Saturday. Is he as good a golfer as what you thought? Did he impress you at all?
Oh, look, he does play quite well. Obviously, they were testing conditions out there, and obviously it wasn't easy for everybody. But I thought he was quite a handy golfer. Yeah.
Yeah, well, on the triangle, he went bogey, double, double.
Oh,
And apparently he's got a new nickname now. The Milkman's gone, and he's now called the deck chair because he always folds under pressure. But you also played with Biscuits.
Right, yep.
He actually was at the bottom end of the scores, I noticed. Like for someone who's rated so highly.
I'm sure he raised the bat at one stage there, Matty. He did have quite a few shots out there.
Yeah, well, his nickname's changed as well. He's gone from Biscuits to Showbag because he looks good, but he's full of shit, so he's no good either. So
I love that you've worked a bit of abuse into two blokes who aren't involved.
I know, but Digger, we'll get to you.
Oh,
I've known you 33 years, since my junior days at Clifton Springs.
Yes.
You actually came to my 21st birthday. You may have even witnessed me have my first kiss as a teenager.
Yeah, probably.
At one of those functions. But your last individual games, last two weeks, has been 28 and 27 points. Shocking form leading into a final.
Yes. I have had a very average year this year, Matty. My form's been pretty average.
Well, I have got here that your early Premier League form, let's be honest, was deplorable.
Shite.
But then over the last 3 weeks, we saw you have a 38 in round 14, then a 31 and
round that one.
it was
to get in
to the finals. Then in the two finals, you've had 31, 33 counted scores.
Yeah.
Form's probably opposite to your beloved Bombers,
Yes.
who started off well and then went to
Yes,
shite.
I
But
know, that was sad.
are you peaking for the grand final?
Well, I hope so. Just looking at the teams here, we've got the Rock in David Milne. I don't think he's missed...
Best player in the family. We established that a couple of weeks ago.
I don't think he's missed a score out of our scores this year. And of course our two big players up the top, John and Murray. But what about our X Factor?
Well, who is the X Factor?
The Flange.
The flange.
He's been called a lot of things. I don't know about X Factor.
X Factor, yeah.
Well, I'm still sort of intrigued as to the great man's excursion with your sister.
Well, I don't really know about that.
Oh, dear.
But Digger, the recent weather, windy conditions, suit your ball flight where you get it about 3 foot off the ground.
Yeah, my low stingers, which...
Yeah, you can't hit a fade, so that's got you screwed.
Yeah, I know.
So the low wind might work all right for you.
Flea calls that my cheating shot. I call it my old man shot. But yeah, it'll be interesting if this weather, comes on Saturday. The 25 pointers might play a part.
You never know.
Very good point.
Yeah, so
I
it's
think
hard
it's
to say.
finally meant to sort of calm down a bit later this week.
We hope so.
Yeah.
Couldn't
We hope
continue
so.
like this. Maddie, I'm not sure where you want to take this, but I think the Peakers, they've been my sort of, dark horse all along. I thought they were building along nicely. Have you got any stats to sort of back that up?
Well, when we look at it, if the Peakers and the Bullies had played the grand final on preliminary final day, so last Saturday, Peakers scored 205.
Yes.
Bullies would have scored 195 when we had our last game on the Saturday.
Interesting.
Check the timesheet. All the Bullies are down. Jen Edmondson's name is still in. She's leaving it to the last minute to hope her broken arms have healed enough to try and play.
Not sure if everyone knows that. She's got 2 busted arms.
Yeah. So the Peakers are all down except for Yvonne Casey. Maybe she's waiting to poison her husband Rob, who's in the Bullies, and maybe take his spot. And Rob Stiglbauer is back for the Peakers. So Rob hasn't been here the last 5 or 6 weeks, so he could be a big inclusion for them.
Looked imposing the other night too, like good Nick.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, he's a big, strong man. But during the season, it was 1-1. Round 4, the Peakers won 191 to 181. Peakers' top scorers were Murray Wiley, Marion Keskinen, the X Factor Flange, and the Rock Milne. While the Bullies, they had Jen Edmondson. Yanni played, but he was a fill-in.
Who?
The Greek god.
Oh, okay.
He's back too.
Is he?
He's back in the country. Look forward to catching up with you, Yanni. Thanks for the reply of the messages. I wanted something for the Peakers that you didn't send me. And Rossi Morland was the scorer, as well as Stu Anderson. Then we got to round 11. The Bullies won 201 to 183. Scorers for the Peakers were Yvonne Casey, Chris Dodds, and Lloyd Shepherd. While for the Bullies, that man Morland again, Phil Stevens, Cooper McMurrich, and Richard West. If we delve a little deeper, Hazy, into the history of these two teams since 2022, when we started, they played 6 times, 3 wins each.
Really?
And it's interesting how this goes, but 2022, the Bullies won the first match, then the Peakers won the return. Last year, the Bullies won the first one, the Peakers won the return. This year, Peakers won the first, Bullies won the return. Scoring differentials in these matches, the Bullies have scored 1,085 points to the Peakers 1,072.
It's close.
Wow.
It appears that they alternate victories. Bullies won the last one, does that mean Peakers win? Team averages so far this season, Bullies 29.81 to the Peakers 29.34.
How's the maths on this bloke?
Incredible.
I love it.
Incredible. Yeah.
If we go on recent form, both teams are white hot, Hazy. The Bullies, Roscoe's team, haven't lost a game since 6th of July in round 9. Last 7 games, they've had 5 wins and 2 draws. Is this the loss that they need? The Peakers are on a 4-game winning streak.
We hope.
They last lost in round 12, 27th of July. So they're on the go. The Premier League website portal has a predicted score, Hazy. And for the grand final, it's based on the average score throughout the competition and the average score of your team for the last 3 games. What do you reckon the predictor is?
I reckon it's got to be Bullies 198 to Peakers 197.
No, incorrect. Website has it as a 200 to 200 draw.
Fair dinkum.
That's how even this is.
Wow.
How accurate's the predictor? Well, from round 4, when we started it, where you could have the 3 previous games, there's been 44 matches played, 31 wins and 13 losses, 70.4 win ratio.
For the computer.
And for the finals, there's been 3 games for 2 wins and a loss.
It's amazing.
It's unbelievable, Mark. It's going to be so good.
Pat you down, mate. You're just so excited. You're right? Can you?
Oh.
Jesus.
But then we go to this part. And this is the groupings scoring average for the first 14 rounds, how we group you in handicap order. Group 1, which is Moreland and Anderson. They've got the edge over Leading and Wiley. Group 2, the Bullies have got the edge. Phil Stevens and Sean Rodwell over yourself and the Rock by 0.04 of a point.
They're 2 very good golfers, so yes, it's very.
Come on, they're not that good, mate.
Group
Yeah. What about Phil Henrik?
Cuz Stevens. Yeah, so they've got
great player.
they appear to have the edge
Early.
Third group, the Bullies have got the edge with Richard West and Johnny Wooten over Belly and Chrissy Dodds. Group 4, Peakers have got the edge here with Barry Doyle and Lloyd Shepherd. That is surprising because Lloyd's been playing like poo. And that's over Billy Archer and Coop McMurray, which doesn't say much for your form, gents. Group 5, Bullies players of Hudson and Rob Casey have got the edge over Stig and Soupy Collins by 0.05 of a point. And then our Group 6, the Bullies have got the advantage here with Jackie Rowe, Jen Edmondson and Judy Said over the X Factor flange, Marion Keskin and Yvonne Casey.
That's 5 bully advantages.
Yes, going by average.
How are they going to draw?
Well, I don't know, Mark. That's the thing of golf and what we're looking at.
Good question.
The pressure, will it get to
What
some?
what about any matchups, Matty? Like, what about any sort of, interpersonal sort of things going on?
Well, we have Richard West versus Lloyd Shepherd playing the same group each week. Rob and Yvonne Casey, first season in Premier League and they're into the grand final. Marital bliss could be ruined with this. Poisonings could happen. Murray Wiley versus Cooper McMurrich play together each week. Coop, you dispatched your old man in the prelim. Now it's your turn to dispatch Murray. Cuz Stevens and Digger James. Probably known each other for 30 years, play a bit of golf together. And then we've got every bully player against the flange, or everyone in the world against the flange. Everyone wants to beat the flange. Imagine him winning this. We would never hear the end of it.
No. We'll be doing a video every week until March next year, I reckon, for him.
He actually sent me a message about getting a lesson.
Before the grand final.
Before the grand final. What a flog. It's like these carnival of golf players, like they get here an hour and a half before their hit-off time, and they normally turn up 15 minutes. Like, why get here an hour and a half? Not going to achieve anything. So don't get here an hour and a half before you hit off. Unless you're sinking piss, Roscoe, like you will be.
At the bar.
So, Roscoe, who's the danger man for the Peakers? Who do you got to look out for?
Johnny Leading always, the couple of times I've played with him, always strikes the ball pretty well. So
He's got a heart of a pea, though.
yeah, look, I think it's a mental game. If Phil and I can get into his head, I think we might wear him down pretty
And I
early.
did notice you were playing together on Saturday.
We set that up on Saturday. That we'll have a final. I think we're pretty late too, about 12:30 or something. So, yeah, I don't know. I hope the wind's up because I don't mind playing the wind and sort of keeps a bit of a disadvantage for a lot of people. So, yeah.
And is there anyone in your team, the Bullies, that you want to put the hard word on that they need to improve?
Phil actually needs a bit of a kick in the bum. He started off strong, and I think the last 3 rounds he hasn't sort of seen the trouble to score us too well. So something about his back, but I seen him one week, Matty, in the pie shop, and he seemed to have tap into a few cakes and pies around.
Didn't have any worry carrying the weight of those out on it.
So, yeah, had a cart and all that, but yeah, Phil could definitely have a little bit of a stand up.
I'm actually glad you went that way because Phil Stevens has been on the precipice of the recometer.
It'd actually also be nice to see Jen out there as well, mate. So
I reckon she might be out there in the cart, sinking a few frothies, I reckon. Moral support maybe, but she's still got the name down, hoping. But
it'd be good to see her out there.
What about you, Dick? Who's the danger man for the Bullies?
This man
here, is it?
Yeah, we played a while ago and I saw how well he strikes it, so that's Stu Anderson's pretty pretty handy too. So they've got a good side. We're definitely the underdogs, but we like that. I've been talking with Dad, and we like the underdog
Status.
status. And yeah, we're sort of like a tradesman side, team. Just Flange our only media highlight, and the rest of us just go under the radar.
Is that tactics? You send him down Media Street and just leave the rest in the
Yeah.
back room?
He absorbs it all.
And is there anyone in your team that you really want to put the acid on?
Dodgy, got a lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's his time to shine. Tinker Bell, if he doesn't worry about what everyone else is doing, he might score all right.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he always
yeah.
seems to be focused on everyone else rather than himself. Yeah, good call.
Soupy's due for a good one. So
I'm surprised
yeah.
Soupy's down because he has got commitment issues.
Yeah, so
But he is still down to play, which is good.
But it's we're the underdogs, but it's a good matchup. And the last premiership I played in was in 1973. It's a fair way back between grand finals, and we won that by 3 points.
Really?
Who was that for?
Do you know I was even
Portarlington.
born then, Digger? I wasn't even born in 1973.
Now it was a junior premiership for Portarlington, so we won by 3 points. So yeah,
Is that your prediction? 3-point win to the Peakers?
That'd be good enough.
I like it.
Good enough.
Ross is running scared up here now. We're bogged down by all these statistics, mate.
You'd rather get belted than 3 points or so, wouldn't you?
I think
it should be fun.
it's set up nicely. I mean, you wouldn't have put money on this 4 or 5 weeks ago, so it's good to see. Matty, it's down to, I think, prediction time from the missile. Are you taking the shirt off or the tie off?
No, it's hard. It's hard to tip against the Bullies because they are so consistent. But is this going to be the one where they just all have a bad one at the same day? Like they've been up for 7
You're
rounds
saying it
in a
is, or
row.
are you saying it might be?
I'm tipping that could be the day that they don't perform.
Ooh.
7 in a row. I know they've had the week off. Sometimes that can be a good thing, but they've got the momentum that might be broken now. I might be with you.
Ooh.
And as I said, Yanni Lathouris is back, and he may make a little special appearance on the course to try and inspire the Peakers.
Yes, he'll definitely inspire us. He's a good golfer. And he's getting around.
Yeah, like the Bullies have got that consistency from this man and Stewie and Sean Rodwell.
Yeah.
I've got a few players in there. The Bullies like Kev Hudson, he's really spasmodic with his form. Similar with Rob Casey, and Bill Archer's been probably more poor than good this year. Similar with Coop. The ladies are consistent for the Bullies, where the Peakers ladies are. Marion Keskinen's been horrible, so she probably would need to want to lift up there. Yvonne's had some good ones. Lloyd Shepherd's been atrocious pretty much all year. Barry Doyle had his good one in the prelim.
He did.
He's prone to going good then poor. So, but I'm going to go the Peakers hazy with you.
Yeah, well, I've been riding the Peakers home. I thought they were underrated early, and I don't know. I've been impressed. I got to play with Ross a few weeks ago, and he dobbed a little eagle on the 8th and just shone the whole way around. So
Yeah, we actually saw him on Saturday on the 18th. We were watching out the back of the shop there, and he pitched it from near the water and lipped it out. Nearly had another eagle. So,
it was an 8 iron that day, but your wedge game's pretty sharp, isn't it?
Yeah, that was it was this little flick on Saturday. Put one out there, and
yeah, lipped it out. But
Well, it's
I don't know.
set-
Is me going the Peakers going to inspire the Bullies to lift? That's mine. just to prove me wrong. Yeah, they won it last year, defending champions. But
They've been an underrated for their achievements, an underrated franchise in our short
haven't lost
illustrious history.
a game for 3 months.
Yeah.
You can't keep it going, can you?
Well, these guys haven't lost for a while either.
Yeah.
So no, it's just all set up beautifully. I don't know. It's just it's a good clash. You don't often have two red hot teams hit the final line together. So 200-200 would be an epic afternoon.
And just if that does happen, Hazy, countback goes to the best individual score.
Was that right?
Yes. So the best individual score for the match
And
will
if they
determine
match, we go to the second best score.
Yep.
Well, so there's pressure on all down
all
the line.
players.
Down
Yep.
the
And just listening to you guys talk, it sounds like there's going to be quite a few late players out, so we won't know a result until very late in the
Correct.
piece.
Yes.
Makes it all more exciting, doesn't it?
And then that leads into our presentation night, Hazy.
Yes, some crazy preparations going on this week. may or may not be a costume change involved. We'll have to get back to you on Saturday night about that.
I think rumour is there is a celebrity appearance as well.
Could well be. Could well be.
We've got a band, little two-piece sticks and strings, I believe.
Sticks and strings are rolling along, and they were fantastic here in the bistro a couple of Fridays ago, and we'll have everyone rocking. So that's a good addition to the night as well. Finger food when you get here, 2-course meal. Try and keep this lid on this one and keep it.
Yes, we've got about 120 attending on Saturday night. So if you can, maybe dress in the colours of your team, have a little bit of a theme there. So if you're a Bully, it's obviously a purple, and the Peakers are blue, the Warriors are green. So if you're not sure of your team colour, maybe wear a splash of that just to try and add to the night a little.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what you're going to be wearing, mate. Could be fascinating. I know you did.
Will it be on the back of the result, maybe? What you wear?
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
I might have to have 2 little outfits ready to go. But no, it should be a good night. Should be a cracker.
I think everyone's come back to you now, haven't they? But if you haven't,
Yes,
and Matty's been nagging you, get onto him. He's doing his best for everyone here. So just confirm or, I guess, deny your appearance.
Yes, last person last night confirmed their attendance.
Okay.
So we've got every player has now said either yes or no.
Great.
So, yep, so
Fantastic.
everything's all good.
Well, we're all set to go. Any last words, Ross? You've been very quiet up here.
I hope Matty's wrong. I'll be hunting him down on Saturday night if we get up. I will be having a few words.
I was going to say, looks like you can tip a frothy down too, Hazy. He said he didn't really want one, only wanted a pot, but I thought I'd get him a skewy.
Yeah. No, I'll like I say, I hope the Bullies all play well, and I hope we can all get into Matty on Saturday night if we get up.
Is it going to be a little team meeting beforehand?
I wouldn't have thought so. It'd probably be up to the chairman, Phil, if he does something. I'm sure he knows everyone in Portarlington, so he's probably already sending messages out. But yeah.
Lloyd, any last minute preps that you're aware of?
Ask, will they set the course up a little bit more difficult for the big grand final? What will Steve take on there?
Do you think they should?
Well, I haven't played in one before, so we might see some tricky pins maybe for the
I'm not getting involved in this point.
Front tees and easy pins. Very nice.
Steve sets up the course magnificent every week. We're very fortunate to have him doing what he does and his good team and that.
Good cover up, mate. You did pretty well.
No, he does. No, I think he does a fantastic job. So no, it'll be a great day. Whatever the result, it'll be a good
So
day.
you're playing early?
Yes.
Going to head home, have a little couple of frothies, then come back later? Is that the plan, and
Being
celebrate?
the old bloke I am, I'll probably have a little nap so I can get through the night. No, it'll be a great day. It'll be a great
Should
day.
be epic. Well, we really thank Ross and Lloyd both for rolling in here this morning. Thank you for dressing up too, Matty. I'm sorry I couldn't quite cut the
Nice
mustard.
of you to actually make it, and it looks like you're the Peakers in all blue, so...
Unintentionally, but I do think the Peakers might just sneak home in a little thriller, mate. So you might have to chase me down as well. That's it for the Neville Richards Premier League Grand Final preview show. Good luck to all the competing teams, and of course, all the winners of everything will be revealed on Saturday night as well, and the famous PPP team, one you do not want to be in.
It's looking good.
Is it?
Strong team. Very strong team.
All right. Good luck, Lloyd. Good luck, Ross.
Good luck,
guys.
mate.
Thanks very much.
Good luck, Roscoe. Thanks for coming in.
No worries.
Thank
Catch you for the festivities on Saturday night.